Alright, the live stream is go by the looks of it, so that's a good thing. This is free association. What I'm going to do is do a daily live stream from Newcastle Central Station, which is where I am now, at roughly this time, somewhere around 12:30 I think is probably a good time. I can do 15 minutes, half an hour maybe. If I do that every day, I get into that. Again, I've got to get into the habit of it, but now that the software is set up, it's possible to do every day. And the broadband here, the Wi-Fi is 20% frames. Where are we? 30. Right. Let me see if I can get a better stream than this one. There we go. It'll settle down eventually. Just takes a few minutes to settle down, and then the drop frame rate will go down as the stream gets better. So there we go. You just got to give it a few minutes really. So what am I going to talk about? Let's talk about Boris Johnson, because he's a newsworthy man. He likes his attention. He always has liked his attention, and the whole thing is a bit of a joke, really. The British people have obviously had enough of him. He's done his Bullingdon Club thing. He's done his Lord Mayor of London thing. Now he's done his Prime Minister thing, and he'll go off and do a thing on the international politics stage. He'll probably end up being Middle East peace envoy, because there'll be a vacancy there when Tony Blair retires. Another joke. But what can you do about these things? All I can do is just live stream and complain about them. I can't really do anything to fix them, because they've been there for 100 years. All of these problems, the Eton Oxford thing, or Harrow Oxford, or Westminster Oxford, or Eton Cambridge, whatever it is, that combination of public school and elite university just destroys people's ability to think. It brings them into a situation where they just do as they're told, basically, and they don't even know they're being brainwashed. That's the problem. They don't even know they're being brainwashed. I kind of worked this out about 40 years ago. Dropped out of university, partly because the third year of the course I was doing was a repeat of the first year, more or less. Slightly different technology, but basically a repeat. So I don't think they had enough material to go for a 3-year course. It was a 2-year course that they'd stretched. And I worked that out fairly easily, and the technology was a year or two late coming into the university, so there was that issue as well. And plus, I didn't really like being there. I didn't like student life all that much. I think things going on that weren't student life, and I preferred those really. And I had a few things to sort out in my head as well, if I'm honest about it. Some psychological issues, but over the period of time between then and now, all of those things have more or less resolved. So life goes on, and it gets better as you go along, whether you've got a degree or not. Generally speaking, it gets better. I'm just checking my coffee because I spilled it, and it's running in the direction of the edge of the table. So I need to keep an eye on it, because I'll end up with coffee all over my trousers if it starts to drip. So, but this is a reasonable spot for a live stream, I think. I'm at Newcastle Central Station in a place called Destination 1850. which is a cafe bar. It's a cafe during the day, and they've got a bar running alongside it. Where I'm here for the coffee, and basically, don't think I've ever bought alcohol here. I just come in for the coffee during the day. So we're up and running. I know we're up and running. I know the live stream's going to settle down. Well, I'm on the cloud. That's the service that's available here. So the cafe's got a Wi-Fi system set up. There's a cafe Nero next door that's got the cloud set up. So at the moment I'm using that because that's the first one that showed up. And it's solid enough once it settles down. Right, and if I do this time every day, or most days, then it's easy to describe to people. It's the 45 minutes before UK column starts. So that's easy enough to describe to people. UK column starts at 1 o'clock, which means I've got a deadline. I've got to stop before 1 o'clock. But it makes it easy to describe to people. If I can get brand YouTube working as well as YouTube, then we're laughing. And I'll keep it to politics and philosophy, geopolitics. I need to catch up on what's happening in Ukraine, really, which I do via the Duran mostly. And they do a very good job of reporting on Ukraine. They're not so good on British politics, but they're good on Ukraine, and they're good on geopolitical, diplomatic manoeuvrings. They spot all of that. I'm less good at spotting all of that stuff because I don't read the papers, generally speaking. I might have to start reading papers. If I'm doing a daily live stream, I'd have to buy a paper in the morning just to have some material. But at the moment, I'm not buying newspapers. Apart from anything else, would I buy the Guardian, the Times, or the Telegraph, or the Independent? The Independent isn't. I know for a fact that the Independent isn't independent because I've seen what they're printing in the last couple of years. Definitely not independent of anybody. So I'm more or less, that's the cheapest of the four that I mentioned, but it's a place to start. It's not a place to spend a lot of time. Probably the Guardian and the Times would be the places I would gravitate to naturally. But that's £4 a day. If I'm buying both of them, £4 a day is a fair old amount of money when you add it up over a year. That would be what, £1,500 for newspapers. I don't think I want to spend that. It'd be something like £1,500, and unless I can find a way to monetize the live stream, I'm not paying out that sort of money. You can support me if you want to on Patreon. The Patreon account is Radio Projects, where it's up to you. We're doing for time, doing about 10 minutes. I think that's probably enough for now. I want to get brand YouTube set up. Odyssey I can set up easily enough. I know that one will work. But brand YouTube I've had a bit of trouble with, so I need to sort that out and get that organised for tomorrow. And I've got a meeting with Universal Credit this afternoon at 2 o'clock. So once I've had this cup of coffee, I shall move on to there. So a commitments meeting. The number of commitments meetings I've had in the last 2 years is unreal. Every time anything changes at all in your claim, you have to do a commitments review, which is fair enough the first couple of times, but it isn't really necessary after 2 years, because I know what I've committed to and I'm meeting the commitment, so there isn't really an issue. But they like to bring you in and have a conversation about it. So I'll do that. It's a new guy, not my previous person. It was quite helpful overall, but different people have different approaches, so I don't know what this new guy's going to be like. We'll wait and see. That'll be the topic for tomorrow's live stream, probably. Is my relationship with universal credit. But for now, I think that's probably enough. So I should stop. These will get longer as I go along, so I'll start at about 10 minutes, go up to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes over the course of a week. As I've got more things to talk about and I get my system together, they'll get longer. But that's it for now. I'll see you tomorrow at about 12 noon, 12:15, something like that.